The new Sparker arrived in the mail from County Com Government Product Group. It's countycom.com, and I'll have a link for you here in a little bit. This is their Brass Flint Wheel Sparker. It runs for $7.45 on their website. This is the Brass Sparklite. You'll notice the difference in height, right? So you're going to just hold that reasonably well. So it's not quite half the length, right? This already makes this thing a winner over the Sparklite, and just it actually makes me a bit sad, but I'll get to that in a second. So I can turn that with my finger. No Allen wrench, huge win. The screw is attached to a spring. The spring has a hammer at the end of it that holds the flint in place. This thing is under a lot of tension. And I had actually bought this because someone on the forums had suggested this to me because the flints were better quality. They are. I'll get to that here in a second. But it, as bad as it sounds, it almost doesn't even matter, right? So I'm going to start off by saying that the flint at this point almost doesn't even matter because the strength of the two strikers is absurd. These are the flints you get with the Brass Flint Wheel Sparker from County Com. I'm just going to grab the original flint in here because I've been playing around with it for like the past half hour, thereabouts. Talk about it here in a second. Going to drop that in there. Here's this. And for people who use Bics, or not Bics, Zippos, for people who use Zippos, they're already really familiar with this type of a deal. You can just grab them with your finger and go. Here's the Sparklite. There's the piece that isn't attached. This has actually been one of my bigger complaints about the Sparklite. Take out that. And we're going to put that off to the side. And I'm going to put in the original flint so we get as close to an apples to apples comparison as is possible. I probably should have done this before the video, but it gives us a fair chance to look at that, all things told. I can already tell you if I were sitting down at a park bench, I'm not even going to pretend that I'm in the woods somewhere, blah, 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 blah. I'm just not. If I were at a park bench swapping out these things, this has actually been one of the problems. What do you do when your Allen wrench breaks or you lose your Allen wrench? You can't access that. No, unless you've got an Allen wrench, right? Or you have a T6, which is its own headache. There's a spark off the Sparklite. It's a hot spark. I mean, it gets there. It sparks reliably with the original flint. You see it's not missing any strikes. And it's a fairly comfortable hold because it's square all the way through. Get ready for the sad. Here is the County Com Sparker. You can hear the difference. It's terribad. It is more difficult to hold because you've got this little square purchase at the bottom, which I suspect they've had to do because reasons. That having been said, it's tiny, right? You could tie something onto here and attach that to something. Likely, I'm just going to put it in this thing and like that's going to be the end of it because that kind of a spark means stuff's going to happen. So here's juice. I'm just going to rough up the edge of it here. Now, I've talked about the density of sparks before. What'll work, what won't. Here's a Sparklite with the OEM flint. $10. Nothing. Right? Here's a Cancom sparker. Yeah. That's pretty significant. I'm going to do this one more time for my own self-edification. I mean, I could sit here and I could do like a dedicated test, etc. That's not completely roughed up all the way, but I'll get close enough to make it a never mind. Seven, 8, 9, and 10. Nothing. On the first try. Okay, so tension is a huge deal. Pushing down on the Sparklite will get you a little more off there, but the Sparklite's weakness right now is that the elongated spring with that piece in there only provides so much tension. You'll get a spark, the spark will work, that's fine and good, but this thing, oh man. And UST makes one of these, for what it's worth. This particular sparker, my understanding is it's built in the US. There's branding on here that says Saunders on the side. Just showing that we can actually make some quality product that it doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. I'm going to drop one of the flints in there that I bought off of eBay, $200 for $7 from China. I said before, most of the ferrocerium I've seen comes from China, so we don't have, to the best of my knowledge, a U.S. manufacturer for ferrocerium. Someone who's differently proved me wrong, let me know, and I'll probably go that way. This is one of those, just, I got it, you know what I mean, off of eBay, flints, off the first try. Yeah. Does flint matter? Yes, it does. Does tension matter? Way more. And I'm kind of shocked to see that somebody went there, and gratified to see that somebody went there, because my Zippo honestly provides more tension than this does. It took me a while to figure that out. It did. But, I mean, there it is. If I couldn't do this with gloves on, like I can't just grab this and twist, it actually has a flathead edge in there. So I could get like a knife blade in there. I get just something that's going to grab that. And this is not frozen in place. I mean, that's going to... yeah, that's going to get you there. I have been proven wrong. The Sparklite works, but it's not the best option for this. I have not tried the UST Spark Wheel because I thought, well, how good could it be? The UST Spark Wheel is about this size. Yeah, tension's the thing. So I won't even need the cotton. I mean, I'll keep cotton in there because cotton can be useful. It'll definitely catch a spark better than the jute will. But after a certain fashion, when you know that you're able to get that spark to happen off of just like jute, and I just gave that like a couple turns on my finger. I mean, there it is, right? I'm kind of worried that the higher tension is eventually going to lead to some kind of a breakage. I can't say that for absolutely sure, because I just packed this up, and yeah, the roommates in the background saying that the flints will wear out faster and the springs will wear out faster is probably right. The flints will definitely wear out faster, but I can grab a Beck flint, toss it in here, and it's going to work. You know, and it's because we've already proven that with this. Like, it just doesn't matter at that point. 200 flints. 6 flints. There are more than 6 in here. It's the 3 that you get with the Brass Flint Spark Wheel, or Wheel Spark is what they call it. For $7.45, that includes this. And then $1.85 for 6 flints for them. The flint is a better quality. Is it a better quality than the Sparklite flint? I don't know, because I can't get the Sparklite flint in here. And on some level, it doesn't matter. And it kind of hurts my head to think about it, like it doesn't matter. But there it is, it doesn't matter. Retail price, 20 something odd dollars, depending on where you go, 22 something odd. I don't get the Tinder Click. $8. Plus that, let's call it 10, right? For these flints, which are not quite the length of, actually no, longer, take that back. This is longer than 3 flints. This is the spare flint that came with the Sparklite, the Brass Sparklite. 3 flints is longer than this. And I've got 9 guys in here, right? So it's equivalent to getting 3 of these. And this does produce a fairly hot spark, but the tension of the Sparklite kind of says, nah, what's going to happen? This is way more comfortable to use. It is more comfortable to use because it's elongated and square and fine and good. The other one takes some getting used to. When I grabbed it with my right hand in the beginning, I'm left-hand dominant. I may have forgotten to mention that. When I grabbed it with my right hand in the beginning, I was like, okay, how am I supposed to do this one-handed? I actually had to use it two-handed at the beginning to figure out how. After that, easy peasy. Once I hit it with my left hand, it's like, oh, that's how you do it. And it caused me no problems whatsoever. So, and I'm reinstalling the flint in the Sparklite, and just, oh, it's frustrating. So I'm going to dump that in there. Here's the spring. And Allen wrench. So I've got 2 Sparklites. And am I going to use them? They'll be there. You know, I'll know that I've got them in case I need them, but am I going to use them? No, I'm probably not. I'm probably just going to flat out go with the other. So, really special thanks to Outpost 75 from survivalistboards.com who got me interested in in this deal. Apparently they're made by Maritech in the USA, but the branding on the side says, I'm not sure if you can even read that. No, you can't. It says Saunders. So I don't know what that means. There's a little arrow on here that you can't see. The arrow on here tells you the direction it can go, because like most, if you try flicking it the other way, you get nothing. There it is. It's just getting your fingers around this piece here, this square piece. So if I pinch it, right, I can do that. I've got to do this sort of weird cross deal, but it's still one-handed. So any arguments that there were about like, oh well, it's the only one I can do it one-handed, it's out the window, right? I could stick this in my wallet if I wanted to. Or I could find a way to... In fact, I'm just going to do it just because. Standard wallet. Right. I can slip that right in the coin area. It goes away. I can put it in my wallet. I can put it in pretty much anything I need to. And I've got this now ready to go. I imagine I could find a place for it in my EDC. I will. Put it in my fire bag here. Right. It'll just drop away. So, this is one of the situations where I gotta say, do you want to stay married to the dinosaur because it's what you've done all the time? Or are you going to recognize that something else is better, flat out better, and use it? And yeah, I'm sold. I'm gonna use this for the next couple months as just my primary lighter, because reasons. Just going to keep using this to light my cigarettes. And I figure if I can do this for a month, and that's where it's because I did it backwards for a little bit. So the Flint's not happy with me. Haha, Kazippo. The one-hand operation on this is not as easy. The point is it can be done. Just makes me sad. Yeah, there it is. You just gotta grip the thing. But it's a grip it and rip it kind of situation anyway, as anybody who's used a full-on ferro rod will tell you. I'm getting not quite ferro rod. In fact, I haven't done this yet. This is the copper, bloody hell. This is the cotton that I bought earlier because I wanted to see how things would burn. And you can light this on fire with a full-on ferro rod. It's like a 6-strand, maybe 9-strand. 9-strand. I'm not going to count, it's not important. The point is, it's just cotton line. Now, I've tried lighting this with a Sparklite. And I'm pushing on my Sparklite, trying to get it, and you can just see the difference in the quality of the spark. I'm just going to hit it with this thing and see what happens. I've got an ember. I've got flame. That's actually really surprising in a number of ways, but long and the short of it is, I can do that with anything short of a full-on 5x1/2 ferro rod. I don't have a smaller ferro rod. Well, I mean these. I have a smaller ferro rod, but yeah, I can actually set this on fire, and that tells me that in regards to the temperatures that I'm hitting, right, I'm now at a point where I could probably start setting some things other than these prepared materials on fire with some reliability. I just wanted to see if that was a fluke. No, it isn't. It takes me a little bit, but I can do it. So there it is. I've got my answer in that regard. And the answer makes me sad, but there it is. Couple things about jute versus cotton cordage. In this regard, cotton cordage is a lot cleaner. I'm not saying it burns cleaner. I'm saying that it doesn't leave behind all these little hairs that jute will. That even said, I've seen people who go backpacking and they say that they want something that's biodegradable. You know, and jute clearly is more biodegradable at that level. As essentially just turn into hairs, like at the drop of a hat. Basically, you leave a length of jute somewhere, it'll turn itself up into a fur ball in less time than the cotton will and just go away in the environment. In fact, just me roughing it up like that has left all kinds of hairs on the surface I'm using here. So, yeah, I mean, night and day. I mean, the difference in the quality of the Spark is absurd. I just can't believe that. Oh, that's just bad. That's just bad. That even said, I wish this was a little longer. Because grabbing onto it is a pain. You gotta grip and etc. etc. That's not going to stop me from using it over the Sparklite. I mean, just the difference in performance alone says, well, learn how to use this thing and be silent. Past that point. So, just wanted to show you again. Thank you, Outpost 75, for showing me that, because I'm definitely going to be swapping over to these. And the Sparklites will sit in some dusty warehouse with lines of boxes and sequential lights. Thanks everybody for watching.